Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Spiritual Ranch. I'm Noe, off-grid Oracle. Welcome to our channel, and welcome to um, our New World Disorder, and welcome to the Spiritual Ranch. I don't know. I was going to say something smart, but I can't remember what it was. So must not have been very smart, right? So anyways, what was I going to say? I was gonna say, welcome to our neck of the woods, right? Because I'm not really, still not technically really on the Spiritual Ranch. I'm over on the other property doing more tree work, and so thank you for joining us. Any contact information that you need from me is in my description box. We gave little guy his tree, and so he got it, and he is stoked on that. He loves them, loves good treat, and so I got soot all over my eyes. Don't got black eyes, I promise. And so, anyways, thank you for joining us. Any contact information you need for me is in my description box. I want to say thank you to the new members of the channel. We've had, or not members, but like subscribers. We've had some new subscribers out here. That's cool. That's really cool. We like having you here. Thank you. And to the comments, I want to say also lots of great comments. I really appreciate all the great comments. It's awesome. I really appreciate everybody expressing how much they'd love to come hang out in the woods. You know, like I think that's cool. And it's also something that is for me, it's inspiring because honestly, like what I do aspire for out here is to build a community. To build a community that or a spot, you know, where people who want to get out and decompress and spend time in the forest can do that in like a not like educational environment or whatever, or like a hands-on environment where it's like you know, for individuals who want to get out of the rat race for a little bit and get their hands in the soil and you know, cut some firewood, whatever, burn some brush, right, cut some manzanita, run some chainsaw, just do something that is, no, you're good, hey, I give you a treat, go lay down now, say thank you, go lay down, say thank you, says thank you, the little guy says thank you. But you know, work in the garden or whatever. But I really am trying to get to that point one of these days where that's what I would like to build out here in Northern California, you know, to have kind of like a retreat, you know. So it's like an educational kind of hands-on retreat, you know. So it's like you come out, work in the garden, you know, we could have grow our own food, you know, and then be able to provide. So it's like you'd either harvest or just plant in the garden or whatever, and everybody could have hands-on with preparing the meals and stuff like that, but just do like a collective kind of a community living environment, but with like a lot of off-grid education as well, you know, and decompression away from modern society and all the madness that we're kind of immersed in nowadays very easily because of the state of affairs that the world's in, which is what we talk about a lot, you know. And so I went to town day before yesterday, you know, and like I always express when I do go to town, it's so draining anymore, you know. It's such a interesting times that we're in. You could really feel the symptoms, you know. It's like you could really see and feel the effects of like it's like our culture is not well, you know. It's like we live in times where things are very challenging, especially mentally, to maintain like grounded, you know, to stay grounded and to stay like, I think it's like what I sense off a lot of people is like satisfied and then like a real true sense of self-worth, you know. It's like I feel that everybody's kind of not really sure what to do right now, you know. It's kind of the feeling that I get off of many people, you know. And like they say, it's like with me, I spend so much time in isolation and like on my path because like I have been called to my path, you know. So like I definitely am on my path, on my calling. And so it's like whenever I go to town now, it's really odd, the experience that I have. Like people stare at me a lot. You know, it's really strange. It's like they can really see that I feel that set aside feeling, you know. It's like I feel very in a different spot, different place than everybody is, and like a totally different timeline, even around them, you know. But it's like all the other people too, they kind of sense that on me as well. You know, it's like a different feeling that I get off of people too. Now it's like they it's like they have a lot of I feel that people are really seeking right now. That's the energy that I receive, and that they have that that intuitive sense of like those who are receiving answers, kind of, you know, and they're very it's like respectful. I don't know. It's the best way to put it. It's like not knowing how to approach me. It's like I feel like that people would like to talk or whatever, but it's like they have questions, you know, and they have a sense of like you can feel that magnetism, but people are very afraid right now too. It's like there's a lot of unsureness, you know, and so it's like those energies are difficult as an empath, being a super empath. They're very difficult to work with, you know, and so like I said, going to town, it's a very draining experience, you know. It's like even today, I feel even like hungover after, you know, it's just so draining. Like the next, like yesterday all day, I just am in a, oop, we got one that's getting away. We just had one almost, I don't know if you can see that. You probably hear it crash. One of my logs just got away. Big flaming one just went down there and almost went in the road. There's a road down there. But what it is, I'm on a hill, you know. As long as we don't hit a school bus, we're good, right? So anyhow, the energies have been odd. They've been odd, to say the least, you know. And again, I guess we're getting smashed again by a bunch of real heavy-duty solar weather. And so that could be a big part of that as well, maybe, you know, feeling that, because I've been feeling, oh, you know, like they say at the solar fairs and stuff, it's like stiffness you can feel kind of in your muscles and your bones and stuff, and energetically speaking, you know. And so maybe that's what it is too, you know. But the energies have been different, you know. Like I'm always saying that, but this year has been a year of different energies, big time, you know. And so I hope everybody in the collective is faring well. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all feeling the same feelings that I've been feeling, which is a lot of clarity and a lot of like contentment on my path, you know. So it's as the world around me seemingly makes less and less sense, and really is kind of like falling into this God, it's like I don't know what the way to put it is, you know. It's like I really wonder if it's about other things, you know. Like I'm trying to be more cautious, I guess, about too much of the conspiracy theory stuff. But you know, there was a big campaign done where they really wanted people to conform to certain procedures, right? Because of potential illness or whatever. And so people did roll up their sleeves and say, yeah, let's do this thing. And I really feel that that's kind of given a lot of a cognitive dissonance in people, and like people, I really feel people have really changed, you know, like they look different, you know. It's like I really do. And so if you know what I'm talking about, I try to word it in a way that but I think that's you know, just like if you're drinking, you take too many shots, it kind of F's you up. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's what's happening here to a lot of people. And being a super empath, I feel it's hollowed them out. Like I feel like there's a lot of like a hollowness in individuals right now. And it's like I said, it's like my spiritual calling has been really, really strengthened in the last 5 years, because I said no way to that shit, you know. Hell no, you know. And so I've remained intact, I guess, so to speak, you know. I didn't get altered like that. And so I really feel that people are it's like they're losing their core depth, you know. And so it's like they can see it still on me, and maybe people recognize it on themselves too now, that maybe they made the wrong call on that, because it is major league have an effect on people. And I think it's affecting people most in that spiritual core, in that strong divine connection, you know. I think it did a lot of damage to that for whatever reason. And I think that I've been really feeling here with the last couple of years, and then especially too, because it's like since they really rolled out that 5G, I think it works hand in hand, you know. And so it's like that 5G is just fucking cooking people's noodles in combination with the other stuff that they put in everybody, you know. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll ask spirit But I'm serious about that though. Like I've really noticed it because like out here on the hill out here on the mountain, I don't get 5G. I only get 4G. I only get a 4G signal. And so when I go into town, I've noticed this now repetitively every time. The next day or two, I feel really drained. I feel really. The best way is like it's like a mild hangover. Like I feel like mildly hungover. You know, it's like I just feel like that sense of just like my muscles are sore. I have a real like anxiety, a little bit more anxiety, and less emotional balance, and like less energy. You know, and it takes me like a day or two to kind of recover from it. And I really associate it with them frequencies, you know, that are being put out there right now. You know, and so that's what I think. Yep, that's what I think, and that's what Spirit thinks too. That's Nine of Swords, bottom of the deck, okay? And that Nine of Swords says that, yeah, there is something that we should think more about. That there is things happening. No, there's things that are occurring right now that are having like a more profound effect on us than what it is that we actually think, you know. So that Nine of Swords is that energy right there. It's like everybody's kind of up in their heads, like I said, like and maybe that's the energy that I feel. The best energy that I can describe is that Nine of Swords, which is like an energy of worry, you know. So it's like I really, really feel the worry right now, and it's I guess it's like that's the thing I'm sensing the most when I'm around others right now. So it's like when I'm in public places, is that it's like overwhelming sense of like worry. Like I feel that a lot of people are very, very worried right now, but at the same time, it's like they don't even know what they're worried about, you know. And I want to, you know, I think a lot of that is associated with, again, it's the unhealthiness. There's a lot of unhealthiness here. You know, there's a lot of sickness in our society right now, but it's sickness that's not being talked about. It's not being communicated. You know, it's not even really allowed to. It's like I try to dance around that topic as much as I possibly can right now, just because, you know, like I'm trying to play with the algorithm, you know, and understand how it really works here. And so I love Israel. We'll try that. Israel's awesome, you know. Yeah, we love Israel, you know. So we'll see here. That's another one. It's another one I was told, you know. But like, I think that we really need to start considering, you know, taking into consideration right now the things that, because this is conspiracy theory card right here. Okay. That's what that is right there. That's all them things that we're thinking about right now that need to be said, that we're not saying it, you know. And so those of us who have made the right choices here in the last 5 years, you know, and like have maintained true to our path and have that that strong connection right now with the Most High, with the Spirit, and with our intellect, we aren't going crazy. We don't have cognitive dissonance, you know. We know what we're thinking, and so it's like when the things we think about at night, that we're worried about right now are things that really need to take prevalence in the conversations that we're having and in the conversations that we do have with people who are around us. You know, and so Nine of Swords is us trying to figure out right now how to go about that in a manner that's not going to keep us extremely excluded from everybody and have them tell us that we're mentally unwell, you know, because it's like that's the thing. It's like we live in a culture right now that thrives on lies. They thrive on cognitive dissonance. They thrive on people being willing to see the truth but not speak on that matter, you know, to hold it in, to keep it to themselves because they don't want to be accused of being insane. But that's making us all feel really insane right now. And so everybody's kind of searching for a place where they can either receive truth or unload some of their truth, because it's really nice sometimes to get things off of our head when we need to get them off of our head. You know, it's nice to have a safe place to talk about the things that are like sitting there spinning our gears that we don't feel like anybody else is going to understand. But, you know, we all, you know, that too much of that energy is going to cause us to all feel very disconnected from each other, even though the truth of the fact is, like, it's like the elephant that's in the room, the thing that needs to be said most often is the thing that's on everybody's mind. And if we would just kind of speak it now, if we get some leaders out here to really start bringing we the people together on these matters, well, we the people are going to fucking go, wait a minute, man. That shit is what's fucking going on here, and we need to stop worrying about it and start doing something about it. All right, so what we're going to do about it is, well, we got to start speaking on it. got to take ourselves out of that hangman position, bottom of the deck, right? And so we're all kind of sitting in a hangman position right now, but we know better. We've ascended. And so it's time for us to speak on those matters and to stop letting them drive us fucking crazy in our own heads, you know? Stop letting them keep us up at night. Stop letting it make us feel, because like this is an energy of somebody who's isolated in their own thoughts and they can't really come up with solutions, you know? But we have that opportunity right now. We're going to be the big red pill, right? The big red pill for everybody right now. And that's what, but it's like, the thing is, it's like everybody's already there. And it's like, I think we're all just waiting for each other. It's like everybody's waiting for each other to make that move, you know? So you got the Eight of Cups in the reverse, the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. And so that's that energy of nobody knows where to go right now. And so it's like everybody knows the system's bust. They know that it's broken, but there's nowhere to run to. And so there's no emotional fulfillment right now. And there's no way to be emotionally fulfilled. And so it's like, you look at lies and truth as if they were food. Well, a lie is not nutritious. It's not going to feed your soul. It has no nutritional value, none whatsoever. And so, but right now, they're asking our cups to all be filled with lies. And that's supposed to bring us enough hope. Like we're supposed to feel that, we're supposed to be feeling that what our cups are filled with are supposed to be securely filled in a way that we don't have to worry about it, you know? And so we can go out and pursue bigger and better and bigger and better. And right now, everybody's looking at their cups at home and they're like, man, it's not even fucking nothing there that's very fulfilling. And so what am I chasing? You know, like what is this dream here? What are we supposed to go out and pursue? What's on the other side of that fucking mountainside right there? What's on the other side of that, whatever that is, that's going to bring me fulfillment, you know? And so it's like, we're not too sure about that right now, because with this Ten of Pentacles being in the reverse, it's pretty fucking obvious, you know, that we can't afford even the cups that we have right now. So what's the point of thinking bigger, thinking better, you know, thinking healed, you know? Because like with these 8 cups, that's the energies that we've done, all the work that we need to, that we can go get those last 2 cups and be in perfect, in union, you know, and emotional fucking harmony and emotional balance. But we can't have emotional balance if the cups that we have waiting for us at home are filled with lies, are filled with deceit, are filled with falsities, you know? And so it's like, we can't believe the things that we're supposed to believe in right now, you know? And so what we have to do is give up on that whole chase altogether, scratch it, and just say, in God we trust now, you know? Because we can't trust the system that's around us that by design is broken and just becoming more broken, you know? And that's why they put poison in those cups right there. You know, they've asked you to poison your own cup, and then go seek like elsewhere. Go take responsibility for that. Basically, it's like if your cups aren't full and you aren't gratified with them at being full at home because of what they're filled with, because you feel that the contents of those cups are toxic. Well, the ones that are selling you the contents of those cups, and this nightmare that we live in right now, because like everything is kind of a little bit fucking not making any sense, you know? And this is the energy too right here of what I feel when I'm out in public, when I go out to public. Like I don't feel that very many people have any kind of cups full. Like they're not in an 8 of cups in the upright position, because that's like a lot of like confidence and emotional security and well-being, and like in a way that you don't have to worry about it. And so it's like right now everybody's so busy about worrying about what's in those 8 cups that they wish they could walk away from, but they know they can't. And then either way, they can't afford it either way. It's like, it's like, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't, you know? And so this is the energy of like, my job don't make me happy. My relationship don't make me happy. My home don't make me happy. My future don't make me happy. My relationship with my children doesn't make me happy. Like nothing makes me happy. And so what the hell? Well, you can't buy love. Okay? We can't buy love. And we, and right now, like they can't sell us love, you know? And so it's like everything that we've been taught to love, that we've been believing, like, because we've been buying this American dream, that if we got enough coin, we could have all the fulfillment that we want, and we could always be out there chasing the next one, chasing the next dream, you know? It's like that go kind of, it's like, you know, always trying to get better and better and better with this American dream. But that's one way that we all go broke, both financially and emotionally. And now it's like even taking a toll on us physically because of the traps that we've allowed ourselves to be fallen into, trying to secure those 10 pentacles so that we could secure that emotional abundance, you know. But 10 pentacles doesn't give you 10 cups, you know, right? We talk about that on this all the time, you know. And so if you have 10 of pentacles in the reverse and you're out there trying to get your 10 cups, because this individual, if those 8 cups were full confidently, they'd be out searching after their 10 cups, right? To get those other 2 cups, they have the 10 cups total. Well, if they're too worried about how they're even going to keep bread on the table, if they're too worried about how they're going to pay their alimony, if they're too worried about how they're going to pay their child support and all this other bullshit that they got to deal with, we can't ever get to that 10 cups. And that's the position that we're all in right now. So what is it that we're worried about all the time? Well, every fucking thing. And so that's the look that you can see on everybody's faces around here, you know. And then on top of it, like, I feel that with the campaign against us, you know, trying to force us to take certain things that we don't necessarily need, has really gone in there and damaged the emotional stability that we gained through our spiritual connection, you know, right now. Like they're really trying to sever our ties with the Most High, and we got to have our connection strongly with the Most High to have the faith to have our cups filled that way, and then to walk out there and pursue those two more cups to get to that 10 of cups. Well, 10 of cups starts with having full spiritual gratification, you know. And so if they're attacking us in our mental space so heavily right here, then that's bringing in a lot of question and a lot of doubt right now on everybody's choice in their paths on what direction they should go in spiritually. And so now they're getting us in a point where we're hollowed out, and what's the world got to offer that, what do we have to the world, what's the world got to offer us, right, if we're hollowed out. Hollowed out, you know, big swords in the reverse. And so that's, again, that's the energy that nobody really believes the dream is real. See? And so everybody's got that kind of blank look on their faces nowadays. Everybody's got that emotionally drained look on their face. Everybody has that stressed the fuck out look on their face. Everybody has that I don't trust nothing anymore, not even myself look on their face, because everybody's really starting to realize that the American dream is a nightmare. It's not real. You know, the whole lie that we've been sold that has been just to get us to fill our cups with the bubble gum that they wanted to sell us, that never had that longevity anyways in the long run, you know. And so it's like a lot of people, as we start to see the dollar stretch not as far, as we see like jobs become harder to get, as we find that the things that we buy cost more but last a lot shorter, longer, you know, they don't last as long as they used to. It's like we go buy something now, it's usually immediately broken, you know, or it's just not a good quality product, so it's like very dissatisfying. Well, those are all the reasons right now that we know for a fucking fact something's got to give. This dream ain't real for us. This 10 of Pentacles ain't real for us. It's in the reverse for us because it's already been mopped up by the future generations, you know? And that's the truth, you know? This 8 of Cups in the reverse is us seeing that it's like everything that's filled the bellies or filled the emotional space, or has like made people feel like satisfied in the past, that we've been kind of spoon-fed, we're realizing right now is not available to us. And so it's like, well, what do we got to do? Well, we got to start all over again. And we got to pray to God to give us that Ace of Cups overflowing, you know. That's what we got to pray for right now, because we really got to walk away from a lot of the cups that we've been relying on in the past to keep us feeling motivated to keep trying, you know. We know it's a lie. We know it's a lie. It's broke. System's broke. System's broke, you know. And so we got to stop worrying about it. And we got to start coming up with solutions here, you know. And so it's like, well, what are we going to do, you know? Hey, bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. Bam, you know. And so what are we going to do? Well, we're going to walk away from, see? So that's what the energy is right here, is like, yeah, it's in the reverse. But we're going to walk back to what it is that, you know, we're going to go back to our Ace of Cups. Like I said, we got to pray for that Ace of Cups, which is coming out here, what, the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. And so that's what we got to value most right now, is what we know that God can offer us. And so we have to be really willing to allow God to give us that, you know. It's like I said, like when I'm in town, a lot of people stare at me because I'm in this Ace of Pentacles energy right now. I've really shed these things right here that were drowning me. these past energies right here. Like I've let go of all of that energy that I know now it doesn't serve me any purpose. You know, it's like I've made the cuts in my diet that I need to make, so that, like, you know, when I get through the store, the line at the store, you know, like the stuff that's in my cart's all Whole Foods, you know, and it's very inexpensive. Like for less than $200, I'm feeding myself for months, 2-3 months, you know. But like, even though people like the cashier, they look at people coming through there all day long, and even they see that, and then they look at me and they're like, damn, you know, you can tell they're like, man, fucking what the hell, that's really smart, you know. And so that's a going back out of this whole race, you know, because we've all been fucking trying to keep these cups full, but on borrowed time, on somebody else's dime. You know, we haven't had the means or the resources to really fund the operation because it was spent by our grandparents' generations, by our parents' generations, you know. And so there's nothing multi-generational left right now. We can't even go back to the cups of our ancestors, to the cups of our parents or whatever, because there's really not enough in those cups even to take care of all of us like they should be. You know, it wasn't done, it wasn't managed that way. The things that were emotionally fulfilling for our parents' generations and everything could never prove to be emotionally fulfilling for us, because they're really not even going to be available. The world's changing rapidly, you know. And so it's like we have to figure out now a whole different approach, like I said. And that approach is going to be reduce, reuse, recycle. It's going to be our intelligence is going to be seen now by those who are not being fulfilled, but really chasing their own asses, trying to keep up with their inability to fulfill themselves. And so when they see us walk in and buy a big bag of fucking rice and a big bag of flour with a big ass smile on our face, with healthy ass, with a glow, with, you know, with healthy hair and looking like in shape and very like in tuned and vibrating at a high vibrational frequency, well, people are going to see that. They're going to be like, damn, you know, maybe we don't need all of this bullshit that we think we need to make ourselves happy. Maybe we could just have a relationship with God, a bag of rice, and be totally fulfilled, you know. And if we could influence others around us to have that mentality right now, we could change the world. That would change the world. It would. It really would. It would radically change the world. Teach them to love themselves. You know, we gotta teach each other. We have to love each other, but we also gotta be, like I said, we gotta now be a whole ass motherfucker right now. That's what's most important. It's that Ace of Cups is when these two come into union within themselves, under the eyes and the guise of the Most High, right there. You know, because that's what the Most High is trying to say. It's like, nah, you know the truth, so you don't have to have the 8 cups that would normally have to be full for an individual to go pursue the 2 cups for the 10 cups. We're just going to bypass all that shit. We're going to give you 1 cup, child, and you're going to be that cup that overflows now. And so it's like you could help fill others' cups in ways that they haven't had them filled before, you know, even just by looking at you, by being around you, by being near you. Like I said, by just looking at your cart at the grocery store, and then they look at their cart, and they're not going to feel judged by you now, because that's the energy that we've carried a lot in the past. We've carried an energy where others really felt that we were judging them, you know, that they didn't want us to see ourselves as whole, because when we were a whole ass motherfucker, it made them feel insecure, and then that made them not want to learn from us. Well, now they're going to look at us as an example, and so they're going to look at you as an example, chosen one, good work, you know. And that's that Ace of Pentacles that Father is offering you right there, you know. That's that Ace of Pentacles. And that Ace of Pentacles is being represented by an Ace of Pentacles, because to be a whole ass motherfucker and to stand up in a system that is broken and has collapsing with 10 pentacles in the reverse, you got to know how to survive with 1 ass motherfucking pentacle. And that's going to become very valuable for resource to everybody that's around you. They're going to look at you and go, damn, man, like, you know how to survive this shit, huh? And you're going to say, yeah, I do. And it's going to be obvious. Good work. Good work, guys. Good work. Yeah. It's an interesting journey that we're on right now. All of us. It really is. It's a very interesting journey that we're in. Again, so we got the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck is slow the roll. That's what I'm talking about here, you know. So it's like right now, it's very important to take stock of your resources, get prepared for what's coming, and know that you don't have to make a big move right now. You just got to hold, you know. It's like you just got to hold. You got to be steady. You got to be steadfast. Protect yourself. Keep your horse, even keeled. It's like there's no rushing into anything right now, no charging into anything, no walking away from anything, trying to find something else right now. Stay true and steadfast to what it is that you have, that is going to sustain you, and that is going to carry you through, just like that horse. It's going to be there steadfast. It's not going to try to buck you off. It's not, like what we have right now, that's most important to us is what we got between our legs. That's ours. And I mean that like the horse, like our ride, like our stability. That horse is this night's stability. And so with that horse being there, strong, you see that horse stands there really, boom, it's like kind of like that even a little bit, because that's kind of how I feel when I'm in culture anymore. I'm like, go out in city, I'm like, damn, man, you gotta be kind of we're on our own right now. We got to be on our own right now. We got to kind of stand on our own right now. And like I said, with that, the cups energy right now, a lot of what we've been taught to love has not served us any kind of purpose, And so this night right here ain't carrying, they ain't worried about their cups that they got at that home that have already kind of spilt over or whatever, because they kind of know that a lot of the energies that we're dealing with here, with other people is not emotionally grounded, And so like the Knight of Pentacles is not a very emotional energy. They're asking us to be not very emotional. It's not like it's calculative, but it's earth energy, and it's like a resourceful energy. And it's like right now we have to know that we got to trust on our own selves and not get too emotional about the fact that people out here have not hardly any emotional grounding. And so it's like they're asking us to walk away from, or to not even walk away from, but just to be very grounded in our own emotions right now, and just hold tight with that, and be protective of them. And just don't get overly emotional about things right now. I think that a lot of people are going through a lot of emotional fluctuations because of the state of affairs and because of their unknowing. But with this Knight of Pentacles, we know. See, the Knight of Pentacles knows what they have. They know what they have to offer. They know what they need. They don't need a whole lot. Like the Knight of Pentacles is not one that needs a whole lot. They want quality. Like the Knight of Pentacles would rather have good versus a lot of stuff that's just like mediocre. Oh, there's another one that got away. Bam! And so, stand, you guys. The Knight of Pentacles energy is telling us right now that we got everything we need to stand, but we're not in a position to really fight any wars right now. And so it's like best for us to just kind of stay focused on what it is that we're working on. Make sure that we secure the perimeter and that we have ourselves secure and safe and taken care of, and not really worry a whole lot about what we think we need to be doing for others, or what others might be able to do for us. We just need to focus on what it is that we have, be very grateful for that, and don't try to rush into anything brand new, and don't try to run away from anything either that is working and serving us purpose. And so it's like we can't be distracted. The Knight of Pentacles stays focused on their task. They know what they need to do. They know how to get it done. It's low and slow. Steady wins the race. And so it's like right now, no big spending. Don't go out, buy a new car or whatever. You already got that horse between your legs. Be happy with that, what you got there, and like focus on those things. And though it may not maybe seem like it's a whole lot, or maybe everybody else doesn't really see your master plan, in the long run, if you keep putting one foot in front of the other, you're going to be just fine as we go through this change that we're going through right now, because the whole world's going to be braced for a lot of change. There's war is coming. There's a lot of financial issues that are coming, but we're not going to be affected by these things because we're already in this Knight of Pentacles energy, which means that we're fine. We can make do with less. We can get by with what we got, and we're in places that we're going to be secure. We're going to be safe. As long as we don't get ahead of ourselves and try just rushing off into something new or into something crazy. We just got to take stock of what we have and stay steadfast in that, you guys, and we're going to be just fine. And so, good work. Good work. That's the energy that I'm picking up right now. Good work. And it's like, this is the energy too of like, right now we've been chasing our tails for the last year or longer. You know, it's been real chaotic for a lot of us chosen ones. But right now, we just caught our own tail, and so it's like we caught our tail. Okay, so we're not chasing our tail anymore. We're not in the energy of chasing our tail. But now that we got our tail in our hands, we need to know what it is that we're gonna do here moving forward, so we don't go back into that chasing energy. And that's really important right now, you know. And so just know, take stock of what it is that you have accomplished. And even if it's like you're maybe feeling like you're a Knight of Pentacles energy, don't feel like you don't have anything to offer, because in reality you've caught up. You know, you're caught up to yourself now again, and your timeline is going to shift in a way that you can start building again on the vision, that on the things that you've always known that you needed to be building on. It's just that you didn't expect it to take you like this path to get here. You know, it's like we're a little surprised in this this Knight of Pentacles energy. We maybe thought we would be a little bit further along in our path, but what Spirit's also telling us is that you're exactly where you need to be. You have exactly what you need to do what you are being asked to do, what you're being called to do, and that's to be that shining light of how we're going to survive this fourth turning. And so thank you guys for joining me. Another mountainside read. It's absolutely beautiful out here in the valley, you know. Absolutely, it's absolutely beautiful, which is a blessing, right? That's a Knight of Pentacles blessing. Like with the little bit of work I have, I mean, this is the energies that we're those of us that resonate with these messages out here are working with, and we're very grateful, right? So thank you guys. Keep hitting me with the messages or the comments. I dig the comments. I always love the comments, the conversations, and get to know each other, right? And if you like, you know, and share and subscribe, please. And then hype too. If you hype the video, if you go to your comment section and swipe right, you know, or instead of doing a comment, just swipe right, it should take you over to hype. And then you can hype the video, and I think that also helps get a lot more views, and that could help build the channel as well. And so thank you very much again for joining me, you guys. We have a beautiful collective here. I really enjoy the energies that we're working with, you know, and I'm gonna keep them coming, you know, so just keep coming back and keep saying hi. And so thank you all. Peace out.